Hi curl friends, welcome back to the Frizzandfrillzz channel. My name's Chloe. If you are new here, make sure you hit that subscribe button so that you never miss any of my curly tutorials. But let's get started today. We are going to be doing a refresh how-to. We have got some, I don't even know what day it is today, like day 5, day 6, maybe? I lost track. But that's besides the point. It doesn't really matter because we're gonna be doing a full refresh, but also while we try the Kristin Ess line. So here is the deal with Kristin Ess. It is supposed to be a little bit more affordable. I would say it's on the medium tier of affordability. It's not super cheap where it's under $10, but it's also not super expensive where it's in the $20 to $30 range. It's really right in that like $10 to $20 range. The ones we're gonna be trying out today are from their curl line. We're gonna start out by using this right here. This is their leave-in conditioning spray. It is definitely a spray, so I'm assuming it is gonna be really lightweight. So I wanted to try this as a refresh product because most of the time this light of a leave-in isn't gonna be great for me because I do have really thick, high porosity hair. I normally need a leave-in that is very thick on my wash days. But on refresh days, these are amazing. And then we have their curl defining jelly. This right here, I already took like a little pumpy guy, and it is it's a little bit lighter than I would normally use for a gel. I think it says coil perfecting, so they're saying it's good for coils, but then it says for fine to medium curl types, which are normally not the same. So I'm not quite sure how exactly that works, but I am more on the medium to coarse end of curls. Mine are very thick, they need a lot of hydration, and they normally need a lot of hold. So we're gonna try these out for refresh day, and I'm just gonna tell you what I think as we go, but I'm going to refresh in the way I normally would. So let's get started. And a little sip. Gotta quench that thirst. Okay, number 1, we are going to use our Flairisol spray that has a ton of hair left over from the last time I used it and a ton of products all over it because it's nasty, but that's okay. So we're gonna just go through and re-wet everything, okay? So that's also going to help reactivate any product that is still in there from our previous style. Right now, I know it's time to refresh when I have a lot of frizz on the ends, maybe some tangles, a lot of frizz over here in the crown area. We've talked about that before. Crown frizz is a struggle. So I'm gonna tell you how we are going to counteract that today too. Make sure you get that really nice and moist. It doesn't need to be fully wet. It just needs to be lightly wet, if that makes sense. So the Flairisol spray bottle is literally, if you don't have one of these, it is a life changer. It seriously makes refreshes so much easier. So you don't have to like douse your head underwater. Nobody likes to do that. Also, I tried a new brow product today. What do we think about it? It's a little bit stronger than I normally do my brows. I'm not sure if I'm in love with it yet or not. You can tell me in the comments what you think. Okay, I'm feeling nice and damp. Okay, and if you guys missed it last week, this is the same hair that I did last week for my whole tutorial on my wash day routine. So if you missed that, I will link that above for you guys so you can check that out because that really gives you a good idea on how you guys will need to refresh less and how you're gonna get many more days out of your wash day routine. Because anything we can do to extend our wash days is wonderful. Okay, so first things first, we need to add a little hydration. So we're gonna use this leave-in curl cream. It says Kristin Ess, moisture replenishing, frizz fighting, humidity shielding, medium to coarse curl types. Still not sure if that's the case, but we're gonna try it. So I'm gonna first start out here. Okay, prime it. Okay, there we go. Okay, so yeah, it is really light. So I'm gonna go ahead and just spray it directly on my curls. I wasn't sure if it was gonna be more of a milky texture. So, oh, I just got that in my eye. Okay, cool, awesome. And this is getting everywhere. Okay, normally I would do this in my bathroom, but here we are. Please excuse my voice. Clearly I'm dehydrated. Shield the eyes, shield the eyes. All right, don't forget that crown area. We wanna really make sure that gets nice and hydrated as well. There we go. Wow, that is like a really wide spritz. It's not very straight on. Okay. Take note, because it is all over my table right now. It does have a really nice spray though. I gotta give it that. And I gotta give Kristin Ess, like, this packaging is gorgeous. It's so pretty. Everything about this packaging is my vibe. Even the color palette is how I like to decorate my home. So Kristin Ess, well done on that packaging. It's so pretty, so pretty. Okay, I feel like we're nice and lightly hydrated now. Okay, the next piece, which is gonna come in where we're going to do a little bit more intentional styling and a little bit more kind of bring all that frizz back together, back into the curls that we love. All right, so I already opened this. Let's go ahead and pump. So you can see it's like it's a clear jelly. We're gonna take like 3 pumps of that to start out. It's a really light scent. Nothing is overly fragrant. So I like that. And it feels like it's got a little bit of slip to it. So that's kind of interesting as well. So we're gonna start by just roping that into our ends and start kind of bringing those curls back together. Grab a little bit more. And I'm gonna do the same thing on the other side. Rope, rope, rope. And we're gonna take a little bit more on the top. And I'm just gonna lightly feather this on top just to give us a little bit more hold up there. Okay, now that we've gotten some more product applied, things are definitely looking more damp. We can see my curls are looking more elongated. So now, here is the trick. We're gonna go in with a little bit more as we are going to go in and re-finger coil some pieces to get that frizz away. We're going to take a little bit more water and just add that into that jelly. I like to use that with any of my gels, any of my heavier curl creams. If I'm going to refresh with that, I like to make sure I water it down a little bit so that we don't weigh the curls down as much as possible. We want to keep them light and fluffy while we refresh. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to find some of those pieces. So I'm going to look in the mirror here really quick, but I can see very clearly that these pieces need a little TLC, okay, right on top here. So I'm going to go in and just redefine those by grabbing a curl and re-finger coiling it, okay? Now, if you need to, you can take a brush back to that if you need to. Sometimes I can just get it with my fingers and just kind of detaching it a little bit. And there we go. All right, there we go. Perfect. And remember, this is a refresh. It's not meant to be perfect. All we're doing is allowing our hair to look a little bit more vivacious, a little bit longer before we have to go in and wash it again. Now, the Kristin Ess line, I believe it is exclusively available at Target, one of our favorite locations to shop. At least it is mine. And I definitely think they have a lot of product options. I was a little disappointed that their curl line was just not that extensive. I think there's maybe 5 or 6 total products, which you would think is a decent amount, but like they don't have a high hold gel. What else didn't they have? They didn't have a high hold gel. I didn't see a curl cream either. So for the styling side, they had a lot of wash day products, but for the styling side, I just didn't see a lot. So this is as good as it's getting for styling when it comes to their products, I think. Okay. I can tell you right now, this curl defining jelly is no way strong enough for me to use on its own for a styler on my wash and go. No way. My hair would probably end up being a frizzy mess. For a refresh, I'm hoping it'll be okay. Now we've got those little pieces up here. So if we see that, we're gonna go in and we're gonna do the same thing that we did on those front pieces and just redefine those with a little bit more of that curling jelly. Now I'm gonna go around the rest of those pieces, do that same process, and then we're gonna diffuse. As you can see, I'm gonna go in with a brush right here because there's quite a few snarls in this one, just so that we can make that smoother. Now, as a quick call out, you can see that all of Kristin Ess products, from my knowledge, are free of drying alcohols, sulfates, parabens, phthalates, silicones, and they're cruelty-free, color-safe, vegan, which is bomb, especially in that price point. So we're gonna see how this does for hold and shine, because this says it's supposed to be great for weightless shine. So we will see, won't we? All right, we are good to go, I think, on the refresh. When I do refreshes, I don't want them to take any more than 10 minutes. If it takes me more than 10 minutes to do a refresh, then I might as well just wash. So now that we've put in our product, that part normally will take me about 5 minutes, okay? We re-wet, we add in a little bit of product, finesse those last few curls that just might need a little extra TLC, and then we're gonna diffuse. Diffusing, especially when you have a Dyson dryer, is going to take you 5, max 10 minutes, max. Let's go ahead and get diffusing. And if you do not know my diffusing tutorial, I'm going to link it above as well. Okay, we are back, fully dried. Here's what oh crap. I was hoping that maybe this would be a little bit better. To be completely honest, I don't think my hair looks much different than when I started, which is unfortunate. Shine-wise, I don't feel like it gave me much more shine. Frizz-wise, I barely feel like it even touched my frizz, which is super, super disappointing. I was really hoping it was gonna be a lightweight refresh product that would still give a decent amount, maybe a decent amount of hold. I knew it wouldn't be super strong, but like if you look here, do you guys see all this frizz in here still? I don't normally have that still after a refresh. That's super disappointing. Like I'm gonna have to go in here with some of my other products and try to save that, because that's horrendous. That's terrible. So yeah, here's what I'm gonna say. I think this product, really great for a really lightweight additional extra add of moisture. Fantastic for a leave-in. This, only for fine textured hair, only. I wouldn't touch this if you have medium to coarse texture, because I don't think it's gonna I don't think it's gonna do anything. So I personally would not waste your money on this. What I am gonna tell you though is I did try a couple of the shower products that I did wanna just go ahead and pop in here for you guys. And this one is their micellar water shampoo. This, amazing. Absolutely love this. I actually haven't found a micellar shampoo that I really enjoyed since the one that Diva Curl has, and I'm not using Diva Curl anymore because if you're part of the curly community, you probably already know, and if you don't, please don't ask me, just go Google it. Trust me, you'll find out plenty. And this right here I felt like it gave me a really nice, gentle, deep cleanse without taking away the moisture from my hair. So if you are looking for something like that, definitely would recommend this. I also tried their scalp scrub. The scalp scrub I liked, but I didn't love it. Reason being is because first off, it's super thick. So even though it had this type of applicator, since it's so thick, I'm just gonna show you right here. If you can see, that is really, really thick. And it is a sugar-based scrub, so it does fully disintegrate on your scalp, which is fantastic because I can't stand the ones that actually, like they're like little black scrubbies and they don't. And in thick hair, it's impossible to get rid of those. They just stay in there. So I did like that, but I personally, if I'm gonna do a scalp scrub type product, I like it to be a little bit more minty. I like that refreshing feel. I also like, one of my favorites is the Curlsmith Wash and Scrub. And the reason I love that so much is because it is a wash and a scrub. So it does a 2-in-1, so I don't have to do any extra steps. With this, I still have to go in and do a deep cleanse wash. So then I still have to find another product. So that part I didn't like as much either. So do I think it's a good product? Yes. Do I think it's my favorite? No. So right now, sadly, the Kristin Ess line is not really impressing me. And maybe that's because it's really not a curly dedicated line. Some brands do it really well where they have the curl line, but it's a part of their whole line, like Verb. They hit it out of the park with their curl line. Phenomenal job. And they also offer a bunch of other products. But I think the Kristin Ess curl line has a lot of work to do in order to get it to be a curly favorite. For me at least. I'm gonna come back really quick and just show you guys what my hair looks like after I refresh with some of my tried and trues, just so you guys can see what a true refresh should look like. All right, now we are back, and I went in with a couple more products that I know I love for refreshes. And I personally, I don't know if you can tell, but I personally know that this looks a lot better, a lot more defined, even more shiny. If you look at my ends, do you see how much those have come back together? That's what I'm talking about. Even in here, it's still got a little bit of frizz, which, like I said, on a refresh day, you're allowed a little bit of frizz, but this just looks so much more healthy and defined and shiny. So what I went in with Not Your Mother's Tahitian Gardenia. This right here is their combing cream. I love this stuff. It's fantastic. It's also really affordable, and it's part of their Naturals line. And then for the gel, I went in with one of my absolute favorites, Kinky Curly's Curling Custard. And this stuff is bomb. It is very thick, just so you know. So I always, like I said, always wet it down, especially on a refresh day, but it adds a ton of shine and hold to my hair. So I really enjoy it. And today, I think I actually might even go in with a little bit of oil. So I'm gonna grab my Verb Ghost Oil right here. Absolutely love this stuff. So you can see this is just a little bit, and I'm just going to just lightly kind of pet my hair to coat it, and that's gonna help it from frizzing out throughout the rest of the day. Scrunch it in, and that adds a little bit of extra shine, and it also holds in any of the extra moisture that we put in, so the winter air does not get to it, or in some people's case, humidity. So there we go. Okay, I think this is a great looking refresh now. Unfortunately, I don't think Kristin Ess is it. I'm very sad about that. I was really hoping I was gonna find you guys an affordable product line that you were really gonna love. Unfortunately, unless you have finer hair, I don't think it's gonna be the product line for you. Maybe on the washing side, it's gonna be really good. Like I said, I really like that micellar shampoo, but on the styling side, it's not gonna be one that I'm gonna be reaching for. So I'm gonna link all the products that I talked about in the video down below. Let me know, have you guys tried the Kristin Ess line? Did you end up liking it more? I'd love to hear your thoughts on the product line if you have tried it. And I'd also love to know if there are any other affordable product lines you would like me to try. So please put those in the comments below. And as always, if you haven't subscribed, make sure you subscribe and turn on that bell icon so that you never miss any of my curly tutorials. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you next week. Bye.